So all they do is they make a joke and then they have Harley Quinn blast his head off, and then he's laying there in the middle of a park with his feet up, and that's it. That's his death scene. And it's like this is like a respected, revered character. Like, welcome back again. Here we are, actually following up a week after the podcast instead of waiting 3 months again to give the next episode. But we just got our whole wheat pizza from Domino's, and we just sat down at the lunch table. How you doing, Chandler? What's what's been going on this week?
Pretty good. I don't remember any whole wheat Domino's pizza, but
It was like low carb or something. They gave us that Domino's pizza. You don't remember that from high
no,
school?
no,
I,
bro.
I used to eat it all the time. I would go up there and get like 3 pieces.
I just remember the peanut butter and jelly or whatever it
Oh,
was, the honey.
oh, the peanut
Oh,
butter and honey. That was
dude,
good. That was
they
good.
were good, man.
Well,
But yeah,
anyways,
nothing much going on for me. Just
yeah,
working, looking for houses.
yeah.
What's going on with you?
Oh, pretty much same as last week, working and loving every minute of it, like always. Not too
Always.
much, not too much going on. Um, so yeah, before we get into it, like always, leave a like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Um, and then this week, I actually want to pose a question to anyone who might be listening or watching. Who is your favorite basketball player of all time? And Chandler, you can answer this question if you would like to as well. I'm sure you could answer it for me because anyone who knows me
Yeah.
could answer that question for me. But if you have one and you want to give your answer, you can here.
Oh man, I don't really know. Right now, Sabonis is growing on me because
Yeah.
he's on my fantasy team and he is coming clutch.
Hey, whatever works. I've become a big Joel Embiid fan over the last couple of years because of fantasy, so I get that. I get that. But yeah, if you're watching, drop it in the comments. Who's your favorite basketball player of all time? So we are going to start today with trivia, and we're actually going to have a guest on, a friend of the pod, somebody we graduated high school with. That'd be Antonio T. Brown, and I'm going to text him right now so that he can get on. And he's going to do trivia with us, and then he's also going to do something else with us that we decided to do this week that we are going to wait to reveal because it's a segment. I guess you'd call it a segment that we've never done on the pod before. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I got my notes ready to go for it.
Yes, sir.
Hope it'll turn out like I'm planning, but we'll see.
It rarely does with these things, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here he is. Says he's connected to audio, but we're not seeing a picture. T, you there, buddy?
There
There
he
he
is.
is.
Okay,
There
there
he
we go.
is. All right. So, Chandler, you want to break down the trivia rules for T before we kick this thing off?
Yeah, so we got three categories. We're gonna go easy, medium, hard. There's there's two questions in each difficulty. So easy is 1 point, medium's 2 points, and hard is 3 points. That's going to be the number of guesses you get in each category too. So easy, you get an easy question, it's just one guess. If you don't get it, you don't get it. I hope they're I hope they're easy. Sometimes I think they're going to be easy and it's too hard. I don't know.
I think I
Um,
make them look harder than they really are, Chandler. Let's just be honest about this.
it just depends. One week you went off on every question I had, but
It's true.
anyway. So, and then I think we're going to do it where both of you give a guess before I reveal the answer. So
Yeah.
that way one person's not picking the category every, I mean, we can alternate in who picks what question.
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
both give an answer, and then I'll reveal it.
Sounds
Sound
like a
good?
plan. Sounds like a plan. By the way, T, I want to let you know we already kind of introduced you before you came on, so I didn't want you to think that we were just like throwing you out to the wolves here without introducing you. We at least told everybody your name and stuff like that.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know all your viewers think, who's this random?
Yeah, right. Oh yeah. By the way, we have a guest. He's here. Oh
Oh,
man.
oh man. By the way, T, is that a Saquon jersey?
Yes, it is. Saquon Penn State
Ooh,
jersey.
Oh yeah. That looks
Yes, sir.
nice.
I like it. I
Thank you,
like it. I like it.
sir.
All right. All right. Who wants to kick off first pick of the
T
category?
T, you're the guest. You pick easy, medium, or
All right.
hard for the first one.
Let's start off easy. Start off easy.
Okay.
Break me in.
We
All
get
right.
one guess.
One guess each. What retired NBA player tried out for the Chicago White Sox in 1994?
Michael
That's
Jordan is going to be my answer.
T, you got a guess?
I mean, I was gonna say the same thing, but God, y'all consider that easy?
Y'all both right.
Michael Jordan. There we go. Yeah. Cue the applause.
That was when he retired
Yeah,
after that first 3 feet.
Yep. That's
yeah,
what I thought.
yeah.
Yeah.
Went and played for like a year or two, and then came back and won three in a row again.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I
One
guess
point
Scour, you
apiece.
yeah, you pick now, Scour. Easy, medium, or hard.
I am going to go ahead and knock a hard one out of the way. Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, God.
You get three guesses though. I'll give y'all three guesses each.
Okay.
What is the
Okay.
national sport of Canada?
Hmm. I'm gonna, I'm going to throw hockey out there as my first guess.
Okay. What do you think, T?
Um, we get three guesses, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say hockey too. Could be CFL too.
Okay. T's got one more guess. Scour, you got two. What do
Okay.
y'all think it
And
is?
I'll put curling because
That's okay.
ice. And tobogganing. I don't know.
Okay. What's your last guess, T?
I'm gonna say something to do with what do they call it? Snowboarding, or is it called something different? Skiing or so,
I,
stuff like that along
yeah.
those lines.
Okay. Well, no one got it.
Oh, there we go.
It's it's actually lacrosse.
What?
What?
Lacrosse is the national
Whoa.
sport of Canada.
Wow.
God.
You would think hockey's, something to do with snow or ice,
Right.
but
It's only like 70% of the country
it's
covered in snow
lacrosse.
and ice.
Yeah, I think I can't remember. I want to say lacrosse was invented there
uh,
by like the Native Americans forever ago. I don't know.
that might be right.
I didn't look into it, but I think that was what I've heard before. Anyway, so T, you're back up
All
with a
right.
guess.
Medium.
All right, this one. All right, I threw this one in here because Daytona 500 is coming up
Oh no.
Sunday.
Oh no.
Who holds
Good
the
God.
record? Who holds the record for the most Daytona 500 wins?
Praise
Two
hell,
guesses.
praise Dale.
We get two
Two
guesses,
guesses
right?
each. Two guesses
Okay.
each.
Okay. Um I'll throw out Jeff Gordon as one of my guesses
Okay.
and Jimmy Johnson as my other guess.
Okay. T, you got one more guess.
I'm gonna say
That's
just
probably
say I actually my grandparents got me a it looks like a helmet, NASCAR helmet, and it was a Jeff Gordon's helmet. So I'm gonna go with Jeff Gordon or Dale.
okay. Those are all good guesses. It's Richard Petty.
Oh, yeah, that I would have never
The
gotten
yeah.
that.
You want? I mean, It wasn't like an obscure name, but yeah, that
No.
probably should have been a hard one.
Well, I mean, I've heard the name before. If you know anything about NASCAR, I'm sure you know that. Me and T both happen to know zilch about NASCAR, so.
I had to throw it in because it is Sunday. But yeah, he won it 7 times.
Good
Oh
God.
wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of money, a lot of
That is a
trophies.
lot of money. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
All right, Skylar, you're up with
Hmm.
difficulty guess
We got or a minute,
selection.
one hard and one easy, or one of each left.
I think we got one of each now. Yeah.
Okay, let's do the other medium one.
Okay. Which NFL team has their logo located on only one side of their helmet?
Oh, I know this one. T, I'll let you throw a guess out first because I know this one. Go ahead and throw both of yours
Is
if
it
you want.
yeah. Um is it possibly the Steelers?
What's your guess, Skylar?
Or
It's the Steelers.
Yeah, it's the Steelers.
Yeah.
It is the
I don't
Steelers.
know why I made that
Yeah.
so hard. God.
Oh, well, I mean, it's weird to
It's
think
not easy.
about. Yeah, I mean, it's not like
Oh,
you're
is
looking at the helmets every time you play.
it?
I mean, watch
Well,
Yeah.
play.
that was my favorite team at one point when I was real interested in the NFL, but
Yeah, it happens.
I used to be a good big Steelers guy, like probably I guess between their Super Bowl, like
Yeah.
between the '05 and the whatever year that was 10 or 11.
yeah.
And then I kind of phased out of it. But
Well,
yep,
they had
Steelers.
a DGD during that era.
Yeah.
Old
Oh,
Heinz Ward.
old Hines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hines
Yeah.
was awesome, man. All
Georgia
right.
great.
We got two left. So T, you want an easy or a hard?
Let's get a hard out the way.
Okay. Who
Oh
was the
no.
first president to throw the ceremonial first pitch at an MLB
uh,
God.
FDR. FDR. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's terrible. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
Lord, I apologize.
All right.
Yeah,
I got John F. Kennedy.
that's a
Okay.
good guess.
Uh, what's his name? Richard Nixon.
Okay.
And good God.
I'm gonna steal those two, both Nixon and Kennedy, and then I'll throw
Okay.
Eisenhower in there too, I
Okay.
reckon.
All right. You got another guess, T?
Um, Bill Clinton.
Okay. It was William Howard Taft.
Who?
I would I would have never guessed Taft.
Also,
is
also,
that?
also like the fattest president ever.
Ever. Yeah.
Really?
Like he was 350 pounds at least, maybe 400.
Yeah.
They had to put him in the bathtub with a crane.
At 350?
I think so. Yeah, I think he may have been more than that. He may have been like 450. I don't remember, but he was huge. So imagine him throwing out the first pitch in like 1900.
Oh man.
I'm more interested in how they put him in the bathtub with a crane.
Yeah, that's like the craziest thing ever.
Oh
Oh man.
no.
All right, so we got an easy left.
This is it. Do we have
So
any
far,
points? What do we have? Like 2 points?
it's a tied score. Y'all got one of the easies right and one of the mediums, so y'all both
Okay.
have 3 points.
3. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, so this is for all the marbles right
Yeah,
here.
it comes down to this.
So first one to say it wins if we get it right.
Let's do that. Let's do that because it's an easy. I don't
Okay.
want it to come down to a tie. But
All
yeah,
right.
we'll go first one to say it.
All right.
So All right. What team has the most NBA titles?
Boston Celtics.
Oh, Skylar got it.
I
God.
almost said Lakers. I was so
Uh,
close to saying Lakers.
I thought one of
Wow.
y'all might trip up and say Lakers, and
Yeah.
that
Well,
was the hardest part of the question.
Yeah.
I with them not have doing anything within the past years, and there's been back and forth Warriors, Lakers, and then when Bron was at Miami, I would have never guessed Boston Celtics at all.
Yeah, it's been since
Yeah,
'08. That was when Doc Rivers was still a good NBA coach.
yeah,
So they were good.
So they haven't had a championship since Paul Pierce, right?
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last one. Yeah, so I mean, I guess it's shocking because before that, I think it was, I guess Larry Bird
Yeah.
had three, I think.
Well, Bill Russell only has what,
Yeah.
11?
Yeah.
Is it 9 or 11? I can never remember. It's 11,
Uh,
right?
maybe I
I don't
can't
know.
remember.
Did he win all of his with the Celtics?
Yeah, I think he was a Celtics
Yeah.
lifer, if I'm not mistaken. He actually coached some of those teams while he was playing on them, too. Fun
Oh
fact
wow.
about Bill Russell. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he pulled a what's his name? Jackie Moon.
Corn dogs, baby.
Except he was actually good.
So he coached while he won some of them too.
I, I maybe I'm tripping up on that, but I swear that's the case, if I'm not mistaken. I know he definitely coached at least one or two of the championship teams, and I'm pretty sure he played while he was coaching at one point.
I didn't know the
Was
NBA like had the player manager thing. I know the MLB did
Bill
for a while.
Russell served as the player coach of the Boston Celtics from 1966 to 1969, winning two NBA championships during that span.
God,
God, that's why he's been creeping into the GOAT conversation lately.
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
only argument people have to put him in it is those
Yeah,
championships.
yeah. I mean, great player, but
yeah,
also a different era
Yeah,
of
right.
basketball. So I don't know.
for sure. For sure. So
All right.
we epically fell under my score from last week from 8.5 to 3, but I'll still take the dub.
This week was a little tougher, I think. It was all like different categories, just general sports,
Yeah, for sure.
but
For sure.
it just kind of depends.
Ah, not worried about it. It'll be all right. We'll do better next week. Okay. So I think it's time now to do the segment we talked about earlier. We did not reveal what we were going to do, but we are going to be doing a draft today. The three of us are going to be doing a draft, which we still need to determine the order for somehow. So if somebody wants to pull up like a random like draft order generator really quick online, we can do that. But I'll explain how the draft's going to go while someone's doing that. So it's going to be an NFL draft. We're going to draft a quarterback, running back, two receivers, tight end, and a defense. And it's going to be from the 2000s era only. So 2000 to 2009. I did say it could maybe leak into like 1999 to 2010 if it really needed to. But we are going to try to keep it all between 2000 and 2009. And when we draft this player, we only get the player from that generation. So, like, for example, Adrian Peterson was really good his rookie year, but I think that was 2009. So he didn't really hit like his prime until 2010, 2011, 2012. Those were like his prime years. So not that Adrian Peterson would be a bad draft pick, but it's just an example of a player who was even better in a different generation. So or different era. So you would only get 2009 Adrian Peterson if you drafted him, if that makes sense. So that's pretty much it. We'll go snake style draft. And as soon as we know the draft order, we can get this thing started.
All right. Well, I got a wheel going right here, so let me click to spin.
see what we got.
Here we go.
And do we want whoever the wheel picks gets to pick their draft pick? Is that how this is going to go?
Yeah, let's do that. So that
All
way
right.
it's not okay. I have I have won the spin. I'm gonna go. Give me the 1-3.
Okay. Yeah,
Actually,
I knew you were going to do it. That's the one I was going to pick if I won to pick
give me the
3.
1-3.
Yeah, that's a
All
golden
right.
spot.
All right. Here's last spin.
Oh gosh.
Oh, it's close. It's gonna be T.
Oh
T. What
man.
spot do you want?
Let's go numero uno.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course, I'm stuck in the middle. That's all right. I'm still about to kick y'all's asses in this draft. All right, let's kick her off. T Brown, you are on the clock.
All right. I'm gonna go quarterback here. Big Ben.
All right.
I really like watching Big Ben play. He was just a different breed of quarterback, man. I mean, I know towards the end of his career, got a little shaky, but during that time period, he could change a game in a heartbeat. Didn't have to worry about him throwing the ball. Sometimes he'd even take off, which is surprising considering how big he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Big Ben he'll definitely a Hall of Fame.
100%.
Yeah.
And a champion, man. Champion.
Yeah.
Champion, multiple. Yes.
He won. I think didn't he win the Super Bowl his rookie year?
So
I
rookie
think
or
so too. Yeah.
second year, maybe. It was very, very early in his career.
Very
I think
close.
it was rookie. All
That's
right.
crazy.
I like that pick, T. I like it. I'm gonna also draft a quarterback, and I'm taking Tom Brady.
Knew it.
Whoa! I'm so shocked.
you couldn't disguise that any better.
I was really hoping you weren't gonna take him. All
I
right.
just-
Nothing
Oh,
needs to be said about
Yeah,
Brady.
I don't think I really need to give like a description for why I'm drafting Tom Brady. I've kind of raved about him enough on the pod, so we can move on. Chandler, you're on the clock.
All right, I'm going back to back here. So
Yes, you are.
give me probably the greatest running back of there. Give me LaDainian Tomlinson.
Ah,
Good
you
God Almighty.
bastard.
Good God. That's what I want.
You bastard.
LT.
Okay,
That was my pick. Okay.
Yes, sir.
LT. He was something else.
He was.
All right, so coming back, I'm gonna go ahead and take probably the greatest tight end of the era. Well, it could be argued. Give me Antonio Gates.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Not the tight end I thought you were going to say there.
I know.
That's a solid pick.
I like Gates better than who we're probably
right.
thinking of also. But
Is that the first official? I guess most people would consider that to be a hot take that we've heard from Chandler on the lunch table pod.
that might be.
I feel like you're not a big
Might
hot
be.
takes guy, so
Not usually. That's my hot take. I like Gates a lot.
over the other guy. I like it. All right. So I'm having a really hard time here with this pick. I hate being in the middle. This sucks. I gotta get Brady. I gotta get Brady a weapon. So I'm going with Randy Moss.
Oh, man.
I know everybody wanted Randy, but it's only right that he ends up with Tom Brady.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. T, you have 2 picks back to back.
2 picks back to back. First, I'm going to go ahead and take a receiver. I'm going to go with a straight menace, Steve Smith. Senior.
Ooh, I love that
Ooh,
pick.
good pick.
Steve
I
Smith
love
Senior.
that pick. Okay.
Then I think I'm going to go ahead and take another tight end off the board and go with Mr. Tony Gonzalez.
See, that's the guy that I thought Chandler was thinking of.
I had a change of heart last minute and was like, nah, I'm taking Gates.
Hey, Antonio Gates was a freaking hoss. Now,
Yes, sir.
don't let me get you wrong there, thinking I'm hating on Antonio Gates because I absolutely am not. All right, so my pick again, right? All
Yeah.
right. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and do this to y'all. I'm gonna take Terrell Owens. Go ahead and draft my wide receiver
Mm,
too.
well,
So giving Brady, Randy Moss,
it's all
and
right.
T.O.
That's all right.
Oh God,
Oh man.
Chandler's got something cooking.
What am I gonna cook up here? All right. Let's just go ahead and get the quarterback. You already took y'all's. Give me Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh
If Peyton Manning went undrafted in this, I was gonna have to rage at us.
no, there's no way Peyton Manning goes undrafted.
No, can't.
I mean, had he won, let's say this, had he not been in the AFC with Tom Brady, career might have been different in terms of Super Bowl wins. I
I
don't know.
I agree. I agree. I don't think
I
that's
mean,
a hot take at all.
he may have had to face Brady, but you never know what's going to happen in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But one of the greater statistical quarterbacks of our time. I know Brady has surpassed that, but that I mean, it's kind of longevity based. Played for
I
a long time.
even being a huge Tom Brady fan, I would actually argue that Manning probably was the better overall quarterback in the 2000s, like before the 2010s. That's
Yeah,
Brady really took over the GOAT mantle in the 2010s. Like that's when he really established himself as the GOAT.
Yeah.
I just, I had to take the Super Bowls and he's Tom Brady. So that's why I picked him over Manning.
that's true. That's true.
And you got
Manning still has
one more.
oh yeah. That's where it gets tricky for me.
Hmm.
But I
I
think
know.
I'm gonna go. I think I gotta give Peyton Manning his favorite weapon, Marvin Harrison.
I like
Good
it.
God.
I like it. That was the next receiver on my board after
Same.
Randy and T.O. I like it. All right. So I'm up again. Um, I am going to take the greatest defense of all time, the 2000 Ravens.
Yeah, I thought about it. I thought about it. I got two more up my sleeve.
And there's two very, very good defenses that I had listed behind them as well. So couldn't have been hurt either way. All right, T, you're still up, or still up. You're up again. You've still got running back, a receiver, and a defense left to draft.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get mine out the way because I just got a feeling it's coming from somebody else. I'm gonna go ahead and take the terrible towel of the Pittsburgh Steelers defense.
Okay.
Um, between 2009 and 2010.
All right.
Yep, good
Oh
selection.
nine
Straight.
Steelers defense. I like it. And you got another pick after that.
Um, God. So I got a running back and receiver left.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and take um go ahead and take Mr. Hines Ward.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Putting him back together with Ben too.
Hmm.
I love it. We all drafted a quarterback and a receiver that they throw to.
Yes.
We
Got
all got
to.
the chemistry going.
Got
All
to.
right. I'm really torn here, but given the fact that I'm the only one left to draft a tight end, I guess I'll go ahead and just take this running back to prevent T from drafting him. I'm gonna take Sean Alexander.
Ooh,
God.
Touchdown machine.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
dude. Him on like Madden, I think like Madden '07.
Oh yeah, he was on the
Dude,
cover.
he was so good.
Yeah. I mean, he was that good for his peak in the NFL. Like his peak wasn't that long because he's a running back. But man,
Yeah,
dude, talk about a guy who knows how to find the freaking end zone.
he was. Yeah, he was a force.
I'm taking Sean Alexander. All right, Chandler,
Um,
your
all
last
right.
two picks. You got wide receiver two and defense left.
Okay. Let's see. Wide receiver two. Give me Torrey Holt.
Yep, another one that was on my list.
And defense. Got to. I got to go with the 2002 Bucks
Buccaneers. Yep. That's a great
defense.
defense as well.
Um,
Warren Sapp
Super
and the
Bowl
boys.
MVP. Super Bowl MVP was defensive player.
Yep.
Was it Dexter Jackson? Is that his name? I can't remember his
I
last
think
name.
that's
Dexter something.
yeah, something like that.
But they picked off Raiders quarterback like 5 times in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that defense was nasty, man. Nasty.
Rondé Barber, I
Yep.
think.
Yeah.
The front had, I think Warren Sapp was on
Warren
that team.
Sapp. Yep.
I'm missing somebody else too. I can't remember, but yeah,
I
really
know.
good defense. Oh, John
Names are
Lynch
not
was on
coming.
that team.
Yep. John Lynch. John
Yeah.
Lynch. Great selection. Great selection. All right. So my last pick, I got a tight end left, and I'm gonna go with the ultimate safety blanket, Jason Witten.
I like
Great
that.
pick.
Yeah, Jason Witten.
God, Jason Witten in the 5th round or 6th round, whatever round we're on.
I know. It is crazy.
God.
It is crazy. I'll take it. All right, T,
Yeah.
you got your running back, and then I'll read the teams back to us and see. I mean, we could always leave it up to the people watching, or we could take a vote to see who has the best team. It's whatever. We'll just read them out and talk about it.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to seem very, Pittsburgh heavy. So the obvious choice would be for me to go with Jerome Bettis, but I'm gonna take Tiki Barber.
Oh, I like that.
Ooh,
I like Tiki
I
Barber.
like I like Tiki.
yeah.
I was hoping you would go either Tiki or Edger and James was the other choice.
Yeah, I was wondering
Well,
about Edrin
you know who
James.
I really wanted to take. I really wanted to take Eddie George.
Oh yeah.
Eddie George was just especially when he played against the Ravens. Him and Ray Lewis wanted to straight kill each other, and Eddie George was like, come on, I'm ready to run right through you.
Oh yeah. Eddie George was the man.
Yeah.
He was the man. All right. So here on my handy dandy napkin, because I forgot to bring paper, I wrote down the teams. So I'll read them back and we'll just kind of talk about our thoughts. Zoom is going to kick us off here in about 5 minutes, so I'll try to be quick with it. T, your team ended up with Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback, Tiki Barber at running back, Steve Smith and Hines Ward at receiver, Tony Gonzalez at tight end, and the 2009 Steelers defense. And I'll have a little, whenever this runs on YouTube, I'll have a little graphic showing each team as I read them. My team, I had Tom Brady at quarterback, Sean Alexander at running back, Randy Moss and Terrell Owens at wide receiver, Jason Witten at tight end, and the 2000 Ravens. I love my team.
That's a
Pretty
solid
terrible team.
And Chandler Chandler ended up with Peyton Manning at quarterback, LaDainian Tomlinson at running back, Marvin Harrison and Torrey Holt as his receivers, Antonio Gates at tight end, and the 2002 Buccaneers defense. So,
Ooh,
all in all, I think we all had
that's some good teams.
pretty good drafts.
Uh,
Yeah, none of those
yeah,
teams are
that's
going down easy.
that between that time period was best time to watch football, and I got away from it when the Brady rule came in. It started getting a little soft. I was more interested in college, but NFL is actually starting to pick back up, man. It's actually becoming something that I enjoy watching.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
no,
like
I'd,
that
I'd
whole
agree
era.
with that. We kind of went through a lull in like the 2010s where it was getting to be ridiculous, and some things about it still are ridiculous. Things like the roughing the passer calls and stuff like that. But I feel like at least this year there was kind of an emphasis to let them play more
Mhm.
in most
Yeah.
cases. Obviously, not always true, but I don't know. I feel like every time I watched an NFL game this year, it did feel a little bit more loose than the last few years before.
Yeah. It's a little more loose, especially with like I feel like they had gotten kind of quick to throw flags, like PI calls and stuff. I feel like they let them play a little more,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
be a little
definitely
more
this year.
handsy.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely this year. There was a lot of questionable calls this year too, and calls that
Yeah.
should have been called, and you know, but um, do y'all think that might have anything? And I really don't want to start no debate about this, but do y'all think the games are fixed?
I don't know, man.
I don't, I feel like refs definitely very obviously lean a certain way sometimes. Not even,
Yeah.
I don't even think that's true for every game, but I do feel like a lot of big games, it's very obvious that the referees are calling the game a certain way. But I mean, how much can you really script a game like football? You know?
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What really made me think that is Lamar Jackson getting hawked down and just giving up on the play like he did, in a conference championship game like that. I was just you quarterback like your speed, you don't get caught like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also feel like it's hard to let or to have 22 guys on the field all follow the exact script. I mean, there's ways around it. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
that it's fully fixed, but there's definitely going to be some biases here and there. I don't think it's early 2000s NBA referee like Kings versus Lakers conference finals. I don't think it's that
Oh,
bad, but
ooh.
but I don't know.
NBA is
It'll come out.
still
Yeah.
NBA is still just as bad. If you don't believe me,
Yeah.
go check out the free throw numbers from the Clippers Sun series last year.
oh God.
Go check them out. But anyways, Zoom is about to kick us off, so I guess we'll go ahead and wrap up there. But T, it's been great having you on the pod, man. Definitely come back another time. It was a lot of fun. You can come back on for another draft or a different segment. But yeah, man, it's been great having you on. We appreciate you coming on this week.
All right, appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, man.
See you, T.
See you, Chan. See you.
All right. Well, I thought our draft and trivia went well. It was good having T on the pod. Um, we definitely ended up with stacked teams. I mean, we knew we would because it was only three of us drafting. Um,
Yeah.
Personally, gonna go ahead and vote for myself as having the best team, and it could be a little bit of bias in that pick.
It's
Um,
close. It's
but
close.
yeah, no, I mean, I'm just kidding. If I sat down and looked at it longer, I could give you my real vote. But we're going to go ahead and move on now because the next thing we're going to talk about is something we were actually going to talk about last week, but we ran out of time. So I want us to talk a little bit about our fantasy basketball surprises for this year. It could be players, it could be, you know, teams. If you have like multiple guys from a squad or you see multiple guys from a squad that are trending up or down, it could be something about the fantasy league as a whole, our personal fantasy league, or just fantasy in general. So, really, anything that's surprised you so far in fantasy basketball.
Yeah. Well, I didn't write this one down. It's just popped in my head. But I guess in our league, a surprise to me is that Turner has lost 3 weeks. I
It
would
is
think
crazy.
I would think you and him would both be 15-1, maybe a loss to each other, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I think I beat him, you beat him, and
Trip
was
beat
it
him.
Trip beat him.
Yep. Turner
And that, I
fell
mean,
asleep that week and Trip beat him.
yeah. So I mean, I thought he had the potential to maybe go undefeated this year, and he has 3 losses. I just didn't see it coming.
For sure. Yeah, definitely a big surprise for our fantasy league.
Yeah. For reference, he has Luca, Tatum,
Yeah,
Jokic,
LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo Ball, which he's been hurt.
He did just trade for
Yeah,
LeBron. He just
yeah,
traded with me for LeBron. He
yeah.
has Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham. We have let Turner walk all over us in this freaking league, man. Like I cannot believe we've given him. He has. Did we say Wimby? He has Wimby.
Yeah, he got Wimby.
He traded for Paolo Banchero. He has Jalen Williams. Like, gee, this is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, man. He's set up for a long time. Like the oldest guy on his team is Jokic, I think.
Yeah, the oldest major contributor is
He's
Nikola.
like
Well,
28.
LeBron
Well,
now.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I forget he just traded for him, but I mean that's a win now move and he's got plenty of depth to
yeah. I
replace him
mean,
later.
I think he's got to get him a championship this year. If I don't, then I think Turner's got to get it. But I'm still holding out
Yeah.
hope, even without Joel. I'm holding out hope that Giannis will somehow lead me to the promised land.
He might. I just had to get rid of Giannis because he disappointed me every time. So I hope he doesn't do that for you. But
I get it. I get it.
only if it's against me, I hope he does.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So for my fantasy basketball surprises so far, I had a couple of players listed, and I'll just kind of throw out the two names that I put down in my notes, and that's Tyrese Maxey and Scotty Barnes.
Mm.
They have both taken that jump this year, and I feel like with Tyrese, there were more people that saw it coming. But with Scotty, after he had kind of a sophomore slump last year, I don't think anybody really saw this much of a jump coming from him. Like he took the number one reins from Pascal Siakam and like didn't even come close to giving him back this year. That's a big reason I think why the Raptors moved on from Pascal is because they saw that Scotty Barnes is their future. And I will forever regret trading him to you because now you have him and Tyrese Halliburton, two guys that I would give up. The only people on my team I would not give up to get those two guys are Anthony Edwards and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I would give up everybody else on my team to get those two, but I know they're untouchable. So I mean,
Yeah.
I
I mean,
can't
I
do
got
anything.
them. I got them kind of well. It definitely Halliburton cheap. I drafted him in like
Yeah,
the 15th round in the
that's
startup.
crazy. That's crazy.
Uh, but so that was what 2 years ago,
Yeah,
three, two
that
and a
was
half,
the
something like that.
2021, 2022
Yeah,
season.
so he was still on the Kings at that point, and then
Mm-hmm.
I also drafted Sabonis, and then they just flipped teams, and they've both been going off.
I know they both
Uh,
of their production skyrocketed.
Skyrocket. Oh man, it's been awesome. But
Yes, sir.
yeah, speaking of Scotty Barnes, I had him too as a surprise, and
Yeah,
that's with him on my team.
right.
I mean, I got him and knew he'd be a top 10 position player, but probably going to be an 8 to 10 guy. I didn't expect him to just step in and be the number one small forward for so far, like the half of what's been played.
Yeah,
He was number one small forward and top 10 overall player.
I know.
Um, I mean, now he slipped a little bit. I think he's third small forward, but
He's
he's still 15th overall.
I was about to say he's still top 15, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's
he had a little slump the past few weeks, like just inconsistency, but he was putting up high 40s every night in our league at least. But I mean,
yeah,
he was going off every night, and it was consistent. But yeah, I'm happy with the trade, but it's been surprising.
yeah.
Another guy I got is Sengun.
Mhm.
I did not see Sengun being the number 4 center.
Yeah, I knew he would take some kind of jump. I did not see like this dude has gone like he just exploded out of nowhere.
Yeah,
He is literally baby Jokic now. He's living up to that nickname.
yeah. I mean, I thought maybe he would just progressively get up. I mean, he's top 5 center now, and consistently putting up numbers for Brody. Last year, didn't he start off hot last year and he kind of dipped off? I can't remember exactly, but
Yeah, I think it was either that or he just kind of like would go. two or three good games and then like five or six meh or bad games, and it was kind of like an up and down season
Yeah.
for him. But I think he did have a run at the beginning of the year, like you said, where he was putting up really good stats and then had that really steep drop off before
Yeah.
that.
That's that. I guess that's the main reason I didn't expect it. And he's on the Rockets, so I'm
Yeah.
like, not the best team, but
No, what's I mean, they look good this year though with all
yeah,
these free agent signings. They didn't start out well, but they've really looked like a legit playoff team the last couple months.
yeah,
So,
they're coming around. Then the last one I got Vince Williams. So
okay.
this one's interesting. It's a little different,
Yeah,
but John Morant out for the year, Desmond Bain long-term absence. I think he should be coming back in the next couple of weeks.
yeah,
Initially, it was like a 6 to 8 week injury, maybe. He's on my team, I should know. So I immediately go pick up Vince Williams, but I'm like, he's not gonna do anything. He's like the second. He's a bench guy,
right.
young, inexperienced. He comes in and I didn't realize it until this week. I started him this week and he put up high 30s for me.
Yeah,
He's been consistently putting up 30 something fantasy points a game. Like
yeah,
he's really been filling in the role fairly well. I mean, it's hard to replace John Morant. He's not John Morant. He's
yeah,
not going to put up a absolute crazy number, but he's
yeah,
going to consistently get you a number that's going to be great in a flex spot. Or like in my case, I've got injuries right now, and he's filling in nicely at the. I think I got him at guard right now, maybe
yeah.
forward. I can't remember, but he's filling in nicely.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's a good one. Not a guy that I don't think anyone had on their radar for fantasy, even with John Morant and Desmond Bain missing time, like you said. But a nice pickup for you there. So I'm glad that a lot of your discussion there was framed around the word consistency, because my next point is actually about fantasy as a whole this year. And it's about how inconsistent I feel like most of the league has been. Like, so you've got your tier one guys, right? Probably stops with like, I don't know, the 12 or 13th ranked player. And
Yeah,
then after that, I feel like the difference from like 14, 15 to like 40 is not near as crazy as it's been the last 2 years. Like you can really win with like, as long as you have all top 50 guys in your lineup, you could put up in our league, this would be a lot of points over 400 any given week, which is just
yeah,
crazy to me because I feel like it wasn't that way last year. I feel like there were very clear ceilings on each team, but this year, like it's hard, like because if y'all don't know, if you're not in our fantasy league, you probably don't know that I make a little document and I do power rankings for our league, and it's just a little fun thing for the guys in the league. And it's been really hard to do power rankings this year because literally teams will put up over 400 one week and then under 300 the next week, and it's wild. Like I know this whole lock-in system has something to do with that, but I also just feel like I said, the gap is not as big between that second and third tier of players, if they're even two separate tiers anymore.
yeah. I mean, I still definitely think there's two separate tiers because if I mean, let's look at Turner's team. Luca is in tier one.
For
Tatum
sure.
is in tier one.
For sure.
Like Jokic obviously is in tier one.
Yeah.
There's those guys, and then you got like, let's say my team. I would say like Bam is
Yeah.
in tier two.
Yeah.
Probably Scotty Barnes is at the top of tier two.
Yeah. And you got guys
Uh,
like Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards.
yeah,
Yeah. Kyrie
those
Irving.
guys are sitting at the towards the top of the tier two. Like, but there's so many of those guys. There's so many of those tier two guys that, like you said, you can build a whole team around that. And one thing goes wrong to Turner's team, which I guess is why he's lost three.
Yeah.
I mean, that's which I think when y'all played, you just outscored him. But
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
mean,
put up
one thing goes
over
wrong.
500 that week. That was the record week when I
Yeah.
played Turner.
But I mean, one thing goes wrong, and it's they can lose the week if they're playing somebody with all top 50 guys. I mean, I would say most of my team is 50, between 15 and 50. It's in that tier two. I've got Halliburton, which he's missing time.
Yeah.
But had he not, he's probably a top 10 player overall.
He's tier one. Tyrese is tier one.
And Sabonis. So
easily tier
I don't
one.
know. But and these tier two guys have been putting up random nights, and the lock in makes it easier. They've been
Carl
putting random
Anthony
nights of
Towns.
it. Well, we're
Speaking of random nights,
yeah,
just
we
randomly
need
dropping 60
yeah
or
we need
70.
Cat
He had
we need
60, right?
Cat to no, I think he had.
Do you have,
Are you
he
talking
had,
fantasy points or
no,
points
real
scored in the
real
game?
point score. It was 62, right? Wasn't that what it was?
62.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what I thought. Okay.
77 and a half fantasy points in our league.
Yeah.
Needed that. But this week, for instance, like you have Giannis 73 and a half, and Sabonis comes out last night with an 84 bomb.
I know. Puts you right
So,
back in it.
I mean, there's just guys that you don't necessarily think of too. Like Sabonis is tier one, but I feel like some people forget about him
Yeah,
as
for
being
sure.
that fantasy relevant and somebody that can combat a 73-point night from Giannis.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's more competitive this year overall.
100%. 100%. Because I mean it speaking to that point even more, you've got guys who are even a tier below that. Like, for example, I've got a guy that I've run, I think I've started him 4 weeks in a row now. And I got him in a trade as like an added piece. And he's been a starter for me, even though I hate this guy. Like, I call him D Chuck for a reason. I hate this guy. But D'Angelo Russell has started 4 weeks in a row for me, and he's put up close to or over 40 all 4 of those weeks. Like I have to keep starting him. He's my best bench option right now, which is just crazy to me because he's like the number 80 ranked player, but he's been a viable starter for the number one team in the league right now.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was. I think I traded him away now. I thought, but anyway, there's been those guys I've had to start at the flex. Oh, it was no, I didn't trade him away. It was Keegan Murray.
Oh, yeah, you traded for him.
I traded for him, put him in. I'm like, okay, I literally don't have another option. I've got 6 guys hurt.
Yeah.
Throw him in the flex and he scores 48. And I'm like, this guy's third option on his offense. And I mean, so you just never know. There's guys going off everywhere this year with the lock
Yeah.
in, especially.
I know. I know. And I think too that kind of just comes back to the level of talent in the NBA growing each year. Like, dude, pretty much anybody in the NBA can drop 25 in any night right now. And that's
Yeah.
just crazy. It's partially because of the defensive rules, but it's also like the skill level, dude. People come into the league now, like some of them come in fully developed. Like Victor Wembanyama looks like he's almost fully developed already, and he's
Yeah.
only played like half a season. Like people are saying like, oh, he's imagine how good he's going to be when he's at his full potential. But like, how much better can the dude really get? Like, he just dropped a triple double with blocks. He's easily leading the rookie of the year race, and he's only playing like 26 minutes a night. Like, he's not even playing 30 minutes a night.
Yeah, man. I mean, imagine if he could play at a more. I think that's going to be his downfall for his
Yeah,
career
yeah.
is that they're going to have to manage his minutes
If they want him to stay
because
healthy.
his frame is like it's so great for the sport to
Yeah,
have that frame, but it's hard to stay healthy when you're playing that many games in a season and that many minutes a night. If he's playing
exactly.
35 minutes a night or more,
Could be a different story.
yeah, he's not going to last.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. So I think that pretty much closes out our discussion there, and it's going to bring us to our round the table. We're going to kind of wrap up the show here, and I've got one sports related dish that I brought to the table this week, and I've got one non sports related dish. that I brought to the table this week. So I'll go ahead and serve up my first dish now. That's gonna be my sports one. Uh, those damn Chiefs, man.
Man,
They really did it. They really did
uh,
it.
we knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what? Go. I take back what I said when T said the NFL's rigged. It's rigged. It's
Yep,
rigged.
it's totally rigged. It has to be. It's a Chiefs one.
This, yeah, yeah. Watching that game did make me feel like this had to be rigged in some
It,
sort of capacity.
it does make you feel that way, man. It's like, how
Uh,
does Shanahan choke that hard again? It just doesn't even make
God.
sense. Like, surely he's not that stupid.
I mean, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Like, that's what I'm thinking
I
this whole game. I'm
know.
like, dude, do you not know to keep your foot on the gas? Like, this has happened to you, I don't know how many times.
At least twice.
Uh, yeah, and he just continually lets up and lets him back in.
I don't understand it. I really
I
don't.
don't know. And I mean, it's so crazy too, because every time the first half, the whatever team it is, so it doesn't matter. They're going nuts. Like they're just pounding it. Everything's working for them.
Yeah.
Nothing needs to change. They come out. I get the other team probably has made adjustments. Like it's just a completely different team
Yeah.
every
Exactly.
single time.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Who
Um,
knows, man?
what's what's your other dish? You want me to go?
You can go with yours.
Okay, I got three dishes actually.
Okay, I like it.
Two sports related. We'll go non-sports related. Forgot to say this last week, but rip Toby Keith, dude.
Oh man, I know we did
Rest
forget
in
to say
peace.
that. Rest in peace to a legend.
Yeah, what's your favorite Toby Keith song?
Whew, that is tough.
Jesus.
I feel like the one I always go back to is "I Love This Bar."
Oh, that's a great one.
It's
And
just so good.
so good and so like the music video. I would say him and Brad Paisley had the best music videos of the 2000s.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
When
great
you're talking
watches.
country artists, they've got to be at the top of the list for sure.
They're so like they're either funny or like they'll just have celebrity cameos or
Yep.
yeah, dude, they're awesome. I went back and watched Stays in Mexico music video
Mm.
and um what was that like Who's Your Daddy music video.
Oh
That's a
yeah,
good one. Yeah, along with I Love This Bar.
yeah,
Those are great ones. I would have to say yeah, it's tough to pick a favorite song. I think I have probably 30 of his songs
yeah. Me too.
downloaded. Um, I really love uh, Wish I Didn't Know Now,
Oh, that's a good one.
but I
That's a good
didn't know
one.
then.
Yeah,
That's a great one.
yeah,
Um, really just a great songwriter
yeah.
for country music. He'll be missed.
100%, 100%. So, my other dish that I brought to the table was, like I said, it's non-sports related, and uh, for anyone who doesn't know me very well, I like my video games. I have a PS5, I have a PS4, I have an Xbox 360. Still play all three of them. I am a gamer. I mean, no shame here. I like my games,
Yeah,
man.
always
Uh,
have.
and recently, there has been a video game that's come out that has sparked some major controversy. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Batman Arkham series, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, uh,
Have not played them.
and Arkham Origins too. So it's this really famous Batman series that like basically anyone who is a gamer has played, especially anyone who likes superheroes. And they continued that series after 9 years. Just a couple weeks ago, they dropped a new game called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And in the game, they basically, even without knowing anything about the character, you'll know that this is like what the fuck moment. So they go through these 4 games developing this character, right? And in
Yeah.
this Suicide Squad game, he is evil because he's brainwashed by this villain called Brainiac. And the way they because it's called Kill the Justice League, so you kind of know you're going to kill him.
Yeah.
But the way that they kill him, that so all they do is they make a joke and then they have Harley Quinn blast his head off, and then he's laying there in the middle of a park with his feet up, and that's it. That's his death scene. And it's like this is like a respected, revered character. Like the voice actor just died of cancer, so this is the last game he'll ever play Batman in again.
Oh my God.
And that's how they killed him. It's like disrespectful almost, I feel like.
Dude, what? They
Yeah,
just
like
just a normal like
yeah, I know. They killed him like it was nothing. And I mean, like I said, I just gave you the basic context, and you're not like a gamer like me, but you can understand like a character that people love like that. That's not how you kill them. Like you just don't do that.
that's like reading a really good book and you get to the end and then like it just finishes with like the end. Like there's
Yeah,
no conclusion or nothing. It just ends.
right.
Like what?
Right. It'd be like reading The Sorcerer's Stone, and then at the end, Professor Quirrell just Avada Kedavra's Harry, and that's the end of the series.
Yep, it's
Like,
over.
like
Like,
that's it. No
yep.
ceremonious
One
death.
book.
Just that's it.
One book, you think this kid's gonna be the savior of all, and you're like, oh, he's gonna do it, and then he just dies. That's it.
That's it. Avada Kedavra. He's done.
At the end. That's dude. Oh God, that's awful.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Character assassination. What do you do?
Um, so my sports, well, I really got two, but
Yeah.
first one, Trevor Bauer. He was recently on Theo Vaughn's podcast. I don't know why Theo Vaughn is getting these serious interviews here lately. He's a comedian, but he interviews people seriously sometimes. It
Yeah.
actually turns out okay. Don't know how, but anyway, let's do the podcast. Trevor Bauer is saying he will play for the league minimum. Somebody just
Interesting.
needs to sign him. He wants to set up a contract based on incentives. If he doesn't do good, he doesn't get paid. League minimum salary, I think it's $565,000, something like that.
Yeah.
So everybody's calling for on Instagram, whatever. Sign this man. Sign this man. I don't know that the Braves need to sign him. I think bullpen work is really needed. Maybe not
Yeah.
necessarily a starting pitcher, but I don't think it could hurt either, especially if he's willing to set his contract up around incentives. But
That's kind of where my head was at. Like, why not take a stab at it at least?
yeah, but this dude, man, I feel bad for him. Like I actually always hated Trevor Bauer. I feel bad though that
Yeah,
he really got screwed over,
he did.
and I hope he gets reinstated soon, or somebody signs him. I guess he's reinstated, but nobody's going to sign him because they don't want to deal with the PR and all
Yeah.
that. But at this point, it should be widely known. Like, I mean, the facts are out there. Um, the charges have been dropped. Like,
Right.
it's obvious that he did nothing wrong, and
Right.
I don't know. We'll see what happens though. But I'm interested to see spring training's coming up, so somebody's got to hurry and get him if they're going to get him. But I think he is in shape. He pitched last year in Japan, so
Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah.
ready to go. We'll see.
Yeah. No, definitely interested to keep an eye on that situation. Like you said, I mean, it went from I hate this guy to damn, I kind of feel sorry for him. Like I've got some sympathy for him now as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So my last dish is it's the fantasy matchup, maybe of the season. I don't know. It's going to come down to Cat tonight
I know.
at 10.
I know. Dude,
Uh,
I still don't even know if I'm gonna keep my score or risk throwing Draymond or Scoot Henderson in there. It's so risky because they could easily get me below 27 and completely screw me over. Russell Westbrook without Kawhi, I thought he was gonna go off a little more. He played 31 minutes last night. He didn't play. I mean, he played fine. He didn't play bad. He just didn't put up the stats I thought he would. So
Yeah, but
we shall see.
I'm hoping for a cat. What do I need? I think I need 40. I'm down exactly 43 points.
Yep. So you need 43.25 to win.
Yeah, 43.25 to win. It's going to come down the wire. This is a pretty crazy matchup.
It
And
is.
it would be your second loss. I mean, this would be I don't want to say an upset, but maybe a
Well, I
little.
mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm still projected to beat you. And I mean, like you said, I'm 15-1. So it would be an upset. And then also it would put Turner one game away from first place because without Joel Embiid, he's going to beat me in points force.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
And I'm trying to advance and move up, which let me see here. It's looking like John and Brody are both going to win, so I really need to win, or else
yeah,
we're all going to be 11-6, and I think John passes me again to
yeah,
take over the third seed. I don't think
yeah,
Brody does, but well, Brody's had a down week this week, so I don't know,
yeah.
but
Which is good for
they're
you because
creeping
his
up on
team
me.
has been booming. His team boomed last week.
Yeah, well, when I go to play him again, the third and final matchup, he'll absolutely obliterate me
He'll
again.
probably put up 700 that week.
Yeah, 700, and my team will put up 120. So
That's just your luck when you play Brody.
it doesn't matter. Brody will kill me, but we've clinched the playoffs at least, so
He
got that
could
going for
lose.
us.
He could lose every other game, and he would still go 3-17 just to beat me
Yeah,
3 times.
yeah, he would. It's his team lives for that. My team does not care. I guess they just lose every time.
Oh no, dude!
I mean,
Tyrese and the boys just can't get hyped for that matchup for some reason.
I don't know, man. They just really don't care about the Brody matchup. But that's Brody's Super Bowl for his team. And my team, it's just the preseason game, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you on that. I hear you on that.
They got to
The,
lock in.
the fantasy league in general, and we're kind of running out of time once again here. Thank you, Zoom, for being so clutch. The fantasy league in general, though, is just coming down to it with this playoff race. Like you said, y'all three. Jack is technically not out of it. Even if he loses this week, I think if he ended the year with, which he's not, it looks like he's not going to lose this week. So, yeah, he's only 2 games out. I mean, if Tripp goes on a mini losing streak, which Tripp is going to lose this week, which puts Jack actually 1 game out. And then Tripp's got to play you and then me
Ooh,
to end the year. Oh, you, Joey, then me. So he does have a possible win there. But, dude, Joey's team has been hot lately, too. They just keep playing really good teams when his team is at his best.
yeah, man.
This week he's having a down week, but lately his team has been putting up good points. He's just been losing.
Yeah, and Jack, man, he's had a slide. He's lost 6 straight.
I know. After winning like 5 in a row.
Yeah, he was 5-5. He's lost 6 in a row. He's gonna pull out the win this week, I believe.
Yeah, it looks
Next
like
week
it.
he's got Turner.
Ooh.
So probably not there.
That's an L.
Then he's got Carson though, so Carson could be a dub. And
Yep.
then he's got me to finish out the year. But you never know. So
I think the playoffs are pretty locked up, but we'll see.
yeah.
Miracles can happen. Miracles can happen.
Yeah. I've seen crazier things happen.
Yep. Yep. Well, all right, man. I think we've had a good show again this week. It's been really fun. Had a good time with T doing our drafts. Again, if you listen to this point in the show, drop in the comment section 2 things. One, the answer to my question, who's your favorite basketball player of all time? And two, who won the draft? Was it me? Was it Chandler? Was it T? I'll have a graphic on the screen, like I said, when I go through the YouTube, put the YouTube video together. Words are hard. But anyways, let's close out the show before I start tripping on my words even more. You got any final remarks before we call it a night?
Nothing other than my team was the best. So
Well, that's
drop in
debatable, but
drop in the comments.
Yeah. T's not here to defend himself, but you know, no one's gonna vote for T. So I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, man. It's been fun. Like I said, I can't wait to do it again with you next week. And thank you for sitting at the lunch table, Chandler, and everybody else.
Oh yeah, it's been a blast. I'll
Yes,
see you.
sir. All right, buddy.